let's go on to episode 2. Echoes of Silver. Someone is trying to revive Silver Company, and Ambi decides to put a stop to it. A short while later, Amber, are you going out? Yeah. Is there anything you'd like me to bring back? Juice, burgers, milk burgers, or anything? Yeah, like I thought she said milk burgers. No, she just said listed burger twice. I might pass by the store on the way back from the Hollow. Out to the Hollows again, just like that. I made an agreement with someone. Rest assured, I will always prepare for the carrot. I won't need to bother this time, Proxy. We don't need milk or burgers. We just want you to return safe and sound. Don't worry, I will. In that case, I'll be off. I'll be off. Grab some burgers on the way to Hollow. I feel like it's been a while since I had a really good burger. I used to get my burgers like medium rare, but then I realized it's just way too juicy, especially with that Greek burger I used to love eating back in the day. It was just a mess. The bun was basically always soaked through. It was like super delicious, like a Greek burger. Then I added then I just told them to make it medium, like less juices coming from there, and it was way more manageable. Oh, damn it. I made myself hungry. Hello, Trigger. You're very punctual. Back then, I used to make soldiers who were late do push-ups. Soldier 11 is the same. As long as I've known her, she's never missed an appointment, nor has she ever been out of contact. We'll find her. We'll find her, Trigger. Can I call you Trigger? Please do. Don't have a nicer sounding name. Wait, did they actually get around to introducing each other? Well, I know Ambi told her she's Ambi, but... This time, leave the fighting to me. All you need to do is carefully observe my movements. Don't worry, I'll cover you when I deem it necessary. Are we gonna have like a party of 2 stunners?
Take a good look at your movements. Adjusting for wind.
Roger. Copy that.
Ah, that's how it
It's
goes.
up to you.
Ether vision activate.
Unfortunately, the enemy is too weak. I won't be able to show you my full combat abilities.
I like how there's not a mission. It's just to show off how sick Ambi is.
You don't strike me as the type of person who'd say something like that. Time to pin them down. I see now. There's no mistaking it. You really are that Ambi.
She sure is.
A person's fighting style is a raw response in life and death situations. It can't be easily faked like a resume or some other physical token.
I mean, have you actually seen the original or that Ambi's fighting style before?
You and Soldier 11, the way you fight and use ether.
Ah, okay.
It's nearly identical. Incredible.
We're sisters. Assuming that sisters means replicas from the same blueprint, that is.
So the rumors circulating in the military about Silver Company, they're really true?
How much have you heard?
Only that Silver Company no longer exists. But biologically creating soldiers in mass quantities, how could that even be possible?
Ah, okay. See, I was wondering if they were like robots of some sort, or whether this is a cloning operation. But are they saying like they're just like fresh
From
made?
what I know, besides intelligent constructs, everyone is born biologically. Delivered by storks, so they say.
Yes. They're all delivered by
So,
source.
making one isn't much different from making 100.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Yeah, my jokes never really hit the mark. Sorry about that.
Is that the same as Soldier 11?
No. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. I was was just astonished. I never thought the military had this level of technology. If they could mass produce soldiers, then why would they still...
I understand. If they could use replicas as cannon fodder, then why still risk human lives? That's what you're thinking, right?
Yes.
I was trying to say it in a more diplomatic way.
It's okay. I won't take offense. Not over this. They'd probably say the reason is because replicas are simply too expensive.
True. I mean, the only reason the clone... I can't remember. I think the clone from the Clone Wars were... I can't believe they were basically... The only reason they were able to use is because they were paid up in front for the entire war. I can't remember if they were actually cost effective or not in the long run.
While a Silver Company soldier could change the game, it costs nearly as much as training a top-tier general and paying their fees and pension for their family. The real cost isn't in creating the mind or body, but in replicating the subject's unique physical abilities, mental aptitude, and reflexes. And what's even more costly is that, for reasons that were not fully understood when the research was halted, these unique qualities couldn't be fully replicated in mass production. As for the inferior ones, they were deemed as disposable.
Envy. That's not what I meant.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. But there's always someone who does mean that. There's always someone with an agenda, trying to use us. Maybe that's why Silver Company fell. I won't forgive those people. Any of them. However, the downfall itself isn't entirely a bad thing. With Silver Company gone, their evil technology was lost with it. Or so I thought. Until now.
Silver's revival. So you're saying someone has resurrected that technology?
Oh, they might be trying to use Soldier 11 as a base.
Soldier 11's abduction seems linked to this. I have to admit, your theory has some merit. But as far as I know, all the data from that time was erased. Could it be the Defense Force? Hold on. Something doesn't add up.
What are you thinking about?
If they truly wanted to secretly revive this technology, they wouldn't need to take Soldier 11 at all. I know my squad mate. All it would take is an order from up top, and she'd put herself on the operating table without a peep.
Outside
Really?
group then.
So, that's how she is now.
She's the model example of a loyal soldier. Isn't that how you remember Soldier 11?
No, I never knew a Soldier 11 in the past.
How could this be happening? There shouldn't be so many ethereals here.
I recognize this formation. We once used it to battle ethereals.
What?
Ooh.
It's another legacy of Silver Company. Back then, we had a brilliant sister who excelled in strategy over combat. Let's handle this. The person we're after must be behind it. TWCA Type 3.
Is that the name of that formation? Adjusting for wind.
Roger.
Ow!
My bullets are one with the wind.
Support in position. Fire support
ready. The melody of combat.
Okay, so I can't get her to trade with or show up while doing ambi attacks. I like it, she just stuns him too quick.
This feels familiar. I don't like it.
Not one for nostalgia? I'm starting to understand you more now.
Neutralize.
You're in my sights.
Target confirmed. Go.
Time to pin them down. Show no mercy.
Seems like I have to hold the special button in order when I'm doing special moves to activate this.
Quick shot. The melody of combat. Supporting position. I'll pierce right through. Get behind me. Yeah. Sniper's Creed. One shot, one kill.
At your command.
Time to pin them down. Fire support ready. You're in my sight.
What's this? Wait a minute, those thighs, they look familiar.
Anby, what is that?
That's the old Silver Squad uniform.
Still need to know, who was the base? Was there a person at the base? Or were they just trying to like make someone, you know, from scratch? Inside the A lab, tucked away in a building somewhere. When I go.
As expected of Captain, her skills, they're still as sharp as ever.
Something's a little bit off about your voice. Also, stop that.
Truly remarkable. I feel honored just being her defect. Silver Squad can't be without its captain.
See, there it is. I heard it. There's like a weird roboticization.
Ouch. Give me some meds, eh?
Oh, hello.
You're the worst of any defect. I know you can't talk, but is there something wrong with your nerves too? Be gentle.
Wait, what exactly did they end up doing with the defects? I thought they were like, you know, just quote unquote disposed of. Personally, I would have put them in like other units. They might still be worth of using, but what the fuck did they do with them?
Seriously, I have fewer and fewer parts of my original body.
Oh.
And yet I feel more and more pain. I'm curious why that is.
Your body might be rejecting the you know, the new parts, and even though you mostly replace them, whatever the original parts were are still rejecting it.
But you wouldn't understand such a complex question, would you? Because you're an idiot.
Ah, damn, girl, calm down.
Enough. Stop making that miserable noise. Now, about our subject. She's still alive, right?
How many of you are there?
There you are. So, they call you Soldier 11 now, right? What a hideous name. But looking at you now, you do have a pretty face. Pretty and pitiful. This face is the only thing we have left in common. Aside from that, I'm nothing like you. I've lost all my limbs. I'm no longer a complete member of Silver Squad.
Like, I'm trying to look at her, and I'm trying to figure out if like were her short, or like her arm sleeves and her thigh highs, are those supposed to be like connecting parts, but I can't tell. She says she lost her limbs, but I can't tell by looking at her.
And I need a complete body for the experiment. Which is why I need you. What? You're asking me what happened?
Twiggy.
But you should know what happened that day. It was the day you weren't there.
How would she know there if she wasn't there? Jesus.
Captain Anby traded herself. for you. Even with her incredible strength, she could only save one of us. But why did it have to be you? Why not me? Why not Twiggy? Tell me why!
Can't believe your name was actually Twiggy, or it's actually Twiggy.
They were all dead. Heaps and heaps of corpses crushing me. When they found me, my limbs were severely corrupted. I couldn't move. I couldn't fight back. I used to be a soldier, ready to defend this city. But that day, I was...
Oh, they dumped them all in a hollow? Jesus Christ.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? You startled me.
God, there's gotta be gotta say something like some people in the military are like geniuses, and then there are people that are just fucking morons when it comes to trying to get rid of stuff.
Alright, fine. You're just here to remind me, right? They're here to pick up today's shipment. I'll go handle it. After that, I'll come back and tell you the rest of today's story.
We do love a story time. Meanwhile, outside the lab, Ambi and Trigger press their ears against the frosty steel door, listening closely for any sounds inside.
It seems Soldier 11 is being held captive here. So what's the plan?
The plan?
Shh. Let's discuss it over there.
Ambi has no plan. She's the one that led the plan, but she wasn't the one that came up with the plan. Ambi, what's the current plan? Very simple. I don't even need a map to explain it. Infiltrate the place and rescue Soldier 11. Go on. I'm listening. That's it. Yeah. Very simple and straightforward. It's the kind of things Ambi likes to do. That's the whole plan. Yep. Please provide support from outside. This is something I have to settle alone. If anyone can do it, it's me. Is this how Silver Squad always operates? I'm the captain, and that's how it's always been done. However, back then there was usually backup plan. Twiggy was always in charge of the backup plans. Twiggy, if I'm not mistaken, she's the enemy we're facing now, right? I don't know why she's become like this. Her backup plans, what's her style? First, feign weakness, before turning the tables with unorthodox tactics. For her, no cost is too great to regain the upper hand. It's not like a proper backup plan. After all, it's a plan that would only be utilized when other options have been exhausted. I'll keep in contact with you through the headset. Don't try to be a hero, Ambi. If anything happens to you, you won't be able to save Soldier 11 right? Understand. I'll be careful. I was going to try and be supportive, but since you don't need it, never mind. Ambi sinks into the lab through an underground air duct. The metal ducts are freezing cold, stinging her skin.
This place is cold.
I sense the frigid air from outside. It carries a strange scent, too.
Oh. What is she singing?
Someone's entering. Are you hidden?
Don't worry. It's dark here, and the machines are pretty noisy. They won't detect me.
Immediately, like, oh, hey, Ambi, what's up?
Soldier 11, wakey wakey. That's odd. I know I've taken quite a few samples from you and injected some meds, but you'll tough it out, won't you? Won't you? Do you enjoy being pampered? Because you're the youngest sister? Oh, that won't do. Get up and play with me.
Twiggy, you're creepy. I don't like it.
Good. That's my girl. Now, let's continue our story. Where was I?
We're still in the machinery. This looks like you're in a morgue.
Ah, yes. About how some kind scavengers found me without limbs. Such kind-hearted folks. They sold me. And unfortunately, my ignorant new owner couldn't see any use for a limbless worm like me. So I was sold off again.
See, I see, like, looking at her arms, like, looking real close, I see, like, a color distinction, but I can't tell if that's supposed to be a shadow or not. Because it goes from pale to, like, a darker skin color.
I was treated like merchandise on the black market. Sold alongside gangster stuff and modded bamboo. That's when I realized we Silver Company soldiers weren't any different from bamboo. Just made of flesh and blood. The only real distinction is we feel more pain. And that's when I met her.
Ooh, what'd you meet? Who's her?
She bought me as a trophy girl. Cut me open and operated on me, checking my internal organs by hand. Anesthesia doesn't work on us. You know that, right? So it hurt. It hurt like hell.
I know, like, this is like a torture scene, but goddamn, that doctor just has this. Why doesn't this doctor have like this? Oh yeah, this is fucking hell. Look at this. It reminds me of like fucking what's his? No, Solidus from Metal Gear Solid 5. Oh god, he had the worst. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But why does the doctor have like the smuggest look on her face?
Then, out of the blue, she smiled at me. Looking back now, I think she must have noticed something unusual about my body. She told me that she was once a military doctor, but was discharged, and now worked as a rogue doctor.
Yeah, oh, that's always good.
She was familiar with everything about Silver Company, and was willing to help me.
Wait, she bought you as a trophy girl, and it took her a while to realize that you were part of Silver Company, as opposed, despite the fact that everybody in Silver Company just looks the same.
So, I underwent surgery and received mechanical prosthetics. Nothing too fancy. I don't think I'll ever use them for combat, but they serve their purpose, helping me stand and do calculations. My true value lies in my memory. You see, my brain is the only thing that has remained intact. Thus, I remember everything. I remember our home and the time spent with our sisters. I remember that as long as we fought alongside our captain, we were considered the most powerful fighting force. I remember assisting in their research and using my own 2 hands to welcome new sisters into this world. That rogue doctor used her connections to get me some incomplete research data. Using my fragmented memories combined with that data, I was able to piece things together. And now, I've nearly revived the technology of Silver Company.
Wait, you were that close on using the technology? Okay. Alright, we'll go with it.
I've remembered. I've survived and can recall our past. And now, reforming Silver Squad is my mission.
You say that, but didn't you just say that you were missing data? You needed the rogue doc here to bring it to you?
Because this is my home. Our home. So, do you like my plan, Captain Anby?
She knew.
When did you notice me?
My little puppy spotted you a while ago, and I instructed her to raise the alarm. You know, Captain, I'm actually glad you're here. I've been thinking that we need to talk.
Give her back, and then we'll talk.
If you want her, come get her yourself.
Amy rushes out of the lab and reunites with Trigger. Oh shit!
Say no more. I've I've got it.
Ow.
Eliminating
Fine, fuck
target.
you guys.
Adjusting for wind. You're cornered.
Damn it.
Copy that. Take on.
Show no mercy. The target's weary. Recalibrating.
He sure is.
My bullets are one with the wind. Quick shot.
Roger. Fracture.
There you go. It does look like there's a way for me to trigger it.
The target's weary.
Good job triggering Ambi.
That's the Captain Ambi I know. Cleaning your knives with the filthy blood of this scum suits you. Don't give me that, idiot. Now you're worried about whose side I'm on? Our side, of course. I created you so you never saw Captain Ambi in her prime. After everything I've been through, I thought I would have forgotten.
Oh, okay,
I
so...
still remember.
Oh, okay, so that's why. She's a fresh model.
So,
The
have you
scene, the
ditched
process isn't
uniform, Captain?
complete.
Twiggy.
Twiggy.
I'd keep it as pajamas if I were you. It's nice to reminisce about the days of glory and agony, isn't it?
I never knew you were still alive, Twiggy.
Yeah, I was always the worst at fighting, but I survived. It's only natural for you not to expect that, Captain.
You're not as terrible a fighter as you think. Your sharp mind makes up for it.
Yes, you said something similar before. I'll never forget that. You persuaded them to keep me, and you encouraged me
Can't
to
blame Twiggy for, like,
acknowledge my
going
true
all sorts of
power.
crazy. Especially after what she went through, but goddamn. Now the question is, do you think we'll be able to actually save her, or we're gonna put her down?
You're right. I am valuable. I understand that all too well now. Trash may perish easily, but not me. I'm valuable. Precious even. There's always someone who sees value in me. Just like you did before.
Again, I do wonder, do they like, were they like, it seems like, are they like androids? Because clearly they look human, they bleed like humans, but, well, looking at, hearing Twiggy here, they might have some, what's I'm looking for, like, cybernetic components installed inside of them.
Sometimes I wonder if I were just an ordinary citizen in New Eridu and not part of Silver Squad, maybe I could have become a researcher at the White Star Institute, studying deep topics like 3 forms of etheric manifestation in specific hollows. Sure, I might be sharp, but there are different kinds of smart. Growing up in Silver Squad, I had no street smarts. Competing for profit, seeing through lies, and striving for a better life with limited resources. These I had to learn the hard way, year after year.
You've been through a lot. Is that why you're doing this now?
I don't need a reason. At least not one to convince you. The only person I've needed to convince is my backer.
You know better than anyone. Silver Company was an evil undertaking. That technology should never resurface.
Evil? Are you suggesting that you, I, and our sisters were all evil?
Not necessarily. Just what was used to make you was evil. Just because something evil is used to make you doesn't make you are evil.
We are evil incarnate.
So, we should all just be destroyed?
No, but we should not continue in our evil.
Oh, I see. That's very enlightening, Captain. We should be eating burgers, watching movies, working a job, and going on dates. Instead of being maimed, sold, tortured, and struggling to survive.
For a second there, I thought she was actually keeping an eye on Ambi because she brought up burgers and stuff. But then she's like going on dates. I'm like, I don't think Ambi's gone on a date.
You know,
Maybe they all like burgers.
Captain Anby. Whatever you do, I won't hold it against you. But that doesn't mean you can stand here and say these things so lightly to my face.
You know where I am, don't you?
Hmm?
You know where I live, what burgers I like, what
Oh, okay.
movies I watch, and who I spend time with. Since you know, you're welcome to visit me anytime, Twiggy.
See, when you say the name Twiggy like that, it sounds actually adorable, but it's just kind of weird when they're using it as like the main villain. It's like Twiggy. You can come visit me whenever you want, Twiggy.
I'm your captain. I'll personally deliver the punishment you deserve, and then seek redemption with you together.
Captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Amber, you're sweet. Oh, God, my heart's starting to say hopefully they save her,
We
but
can still make things right before you make a greater mistake. Fortunately, I found you before things got any worse. I have so much to tell you, but maybe another time. For now, we should...
the conversation is interrupted. Ambi is stunned to see a body tossed in front of her. It's Soldier 11. She's pale, but there's still signs of life in her, and she's breathing faintly.
All right, I'm returning your favorite girl. Now we're even, Anby.
That was easy.
Twiggy?
I said we're even. From now on, you can stop acting like a captain and save this foolish talk.
Did we accidentally cross into episode 3 and didn't even realize it? What's happening here? Twiggy kicks the limp Soldier 11 on the ground. Ambi quickly lifts her up and hands her the trigger.
Soldier 11! Wake up, Soldier 11! Anby, she doesn't look good. We need to get out of this hollow ASAP.
I see how it is. Twiggy, I'll be back. I won't just abandon you.
You sicken me. Like I said, just save the foolish talk. I can't stand to hear that kind of mush from someone who looks exactly like me.
It's not mush. And I hope you'll get used to it. Let's go, Trigger.
Twiggy stands and watches as Ambi leaves.
Hey, go contact you-know-who.
Are you talking to the mute girl? How is this supposed to work?
Ugh, cut the crap!
The fuck was
I
that?
think I don't realize I shouldn't cut the middleman and contact the client directly. But look at the mess we're in. The junk she's brought won't fix this. Our best shot is exploiting Anby's inner weakness. She's let go of her most lethal weapon,
her daring and ruthless fighting style. Now she's like a hired gun with a family to feed, focused on surviving to get the paycheck. I can handle her if we exploit that, but I need to keep everything in check, or else all my efforts so far will have been.
You've been diligent, little Twiggy.
I would not describe that as a deep male voice, but go on.
Stop calling me that.
As you know, your research is crucial. You're just like me. We're here to foster hope. Our work is the only cause worth fighting for in this world. Of course, I understand. Sometimes, when hope is scarce, certain issues can only be resolved with sheer violence.
Is that Hartman Raven cloth or whatever?
Stuff I mentioned last time is ready. Send some of your people to retrieve it. It's not exactly new Eridu tech, so use it carefully.
I wonder how Trigger's supposed to work with Soldier 11, and she better work. I want the whole Obel squad. So who's gonna be the third member? Ambi, are you okay? It's fine, I understand. If you don't feel like talking right now. How is Soldier 11's condition? The cancer will only make you feel worse. She still hasn't regained consciousness. As you requested, I left her in the random play video store. The kind siblings working there are taking care of her as we speak. It's been so long, but the shop has barely changed. Now that's not the time to be talking about that. You must be anxious to see her. Come on, come with me. MB follows Trigger to the video store. MB, you're back. Looks like whatever you got mixed up with this time was pretty serious. Anything you want to know? Soldier 11. How's her condition? Stable, that's all I can say. Her body temperature, heart rate, and pulse are all remaining stable. Honestly, given her current state, that's actually quite abnormal. Moreover, she hasn't regained consciousness. Wouldn't you like to see her? Find it interesting that even though like Ambi left, it's like she had her own weapon, but when she left and got her, I guess regained her civilian life, she basically got a backpack and weapon almost like a Soldier 11 has right now. But I guess that was just Hojoverse trying to tease the relationship. Ambi approaches Soldier 11. Ambi softly calls out a name. Looks like it didn't work. Ambi lowers his hands sadly and prepares to leave.
What is this place? And who am I?
Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's not good.
You're awake, Harin.
Harin. Oh. Is that her original name before she went by Soldier 11?
Great, you're awake. I've been worried about you, Soldier 11.
Soldier 11? Is that my name? It sounds odd and could easily get confused with another number like Soldier 161051.
Nope.
Only a fool would call herself that.
No, that's not how
I
that.
can see you're doing much better now, but I won't let you talk about yourself like that.
Her memories seem jumbled. The injuries might be more serious than they appear. When a Silver Company replica is severely wounded, their memories are often the first thing to fail. Even me, all those years ago, there was a time when I couldn't remember anything.
Is that so? Then what about your combat skills? Were they affected?
Would the Defense Force abandon her if she couldn't fight anymore? Well, I know we wouldn't do that. Proxy.
I find it interesting that they just kind of got rid of the entire Silver Division, and then the only good model that was left, they're like, oh, let's just put her in a random squad.
Yeah, having one more mouth to feed won't hurt. It's nothing compared to our monthly electricity bill.
Plus, our little black cat needs another playmate. He's already getting bored of us.
You know how short-handed we are, right, Charon? Oops, I mean Trigger.
Oh, is that her actual name? Charon?
Charon?
There you go, trying to be funny again. Guess that's your unique charm, manager. Jokes aside, I can't vouch for the defense force, but I can promise that Obel Squad won't abandon her.
Wait, do the siblings know her?
I see. Well, we know how resilient she is, so we're confident she'll bounce back.
Maybe their memories goes away because I guess due to their special bodies. I'm just theorizing here. Maybe because of the way they're built, and they might probably have enhanced regenerative. You know, we need our soldiers to get back up. We can't have them just being sitting in the bed for too long. Maybe their body compensates by rushing to wherever they need to start doing repairs, and maybe that's why they lose memory.
It seems you and Soldier 11 go way back, Anby. Could you share more about her? And maybe how we can help her recover faster? We're here to help. Are you sure it won't be too much trouble for you?
Don't worry. Nicole's caused a lot more trouble for us. Besides, Soldier 11 is our friend too.
I see. In that case, what she needs now is nothing too out of the ordinary. Warmth, comfort, safety, and relaxation. Also, some familiar faces, as well as her favorite foods. Ah, right. I should get her some burgers for an energy boost.
Yeah,
I'll be right
burgers. I'm convinced of this. I'm hoping that the entirety of Silver Squad just basically survive off burgers.
Not so fast, Amby. Burgers aren't exactly Soldier 11's favorite. Oh, they're not?
Damn.
What does she like then?
Never mind.
It seems Trigger already left to get it.
You'll probably find her near Waterfall Soup. By the way, General Chop is concerned about Soldier 11 as well. Be sure to let him know that she's improving.
Yeah, don't worry. She's in good hands with us here.
Oh, there you go.
I got Soldier 11's favorite spicy noodles from that enthusiastic chef. I couldn't see if the noodles look spicy, but just the steam from the chili peppers alone is making me cry.
So, spicy noodles is her thing. I had no idea.
Well, that's the Soldier 11 I know. She would come to 6th Street whenever she had free time. Maybe she feels more at home here than back in the barracks. She rarely talked about anything other than training, combat, and promotions. But when she did, she'd usually mention super spicy noodles, the video store owners, the arcade, and cats.
Huh. Interesting.
Did she ever talk about me?
You might not like the answer. Soldier 11 has never brought you up, but she seems fixated on a certain betrayal. Apparently, someone very important to her that she admired greatly vanished without a trace, leaving her to deal with that awful situation by herself. The person left without so much as an explanation. In the military, such actions are seen as desertion. And eventually, such deserters are marked as KIA by detached and indifferent officers. Does any of that ring a bell?
I have nothing to say. Even if she resents me, she has the right to do so.
That's pretty cold, even for me. May I suggest something?
If you go and see what happened to Ambia, you go to Hoyoverse YouTube channel. They have like a prequel animation they got there.
What's that?
If you want to mend things with Soldier 11, don't say anything like that to her. Trust me, don't.
But that's the truth. I have no excuses for that. I lost my memory when I left the army. Once it returned, I wanted to contact Soldier 11, so I asked Nicole to check on her. Then I learned that she was doing well, that she had joined Obel Squad, and that she's an exemplary soldier who recently got promoted. She had a new captain and new comrades, so I felt her troubled past in Silver Squad might only weigh her down. I had no reason to show up again. Trigger,
What?
tell me, if you were me, you would have made the same call, right?
Ooh, tough.
If I were you... Yes, I might have.
That's what I thought. So, even if she hates me, I deserve it.
But I'm not you, Ambi. That's the point.
Oh no, I think she's angry.
If I were in your shoes, I would let Soldier 11 know she was never betrayed or abandoned. I'd let her know that her comrades would search to the ends of the earth for her, and that they'd never forget her.
Trigger, you're really amazing.
That's all you have to say?
Yeah, I'm really impressed. It must be nice to have you as a comrade.
I'm not so sure about that. But we have more pressing matters to discuss now. What are you planning to do next?
I'm heading back into the Hollow to put an end to everything with Twiggy. That evil tech must never resurface again. But before that, I want to apologize to Soldier 11.
Apologize? But given the current state of her memory, she might not remember it afterward.
That's the idea.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's the best choice for my cowardly side.
Seems like it's really weighing on your mind. Alright, if there's anything I can do, just say the word.
In that case, I need you to prove something to me.
Prove something? Like what?
Prove that you can take good care of Soldier 11. That's the only way I can hand her over to her new comrades without worrying.
Whoa.
Alleviating all your worries might not be a good thing either, but I understand.
Although I feel like Trigger's been doing a great job this whole time.
I'll prove that I can take care of her. Now then, let's head back. After all, we don't want to show up with a bowl of soggy noodles for our patient.
Shouldn't you, wait, what? Can you leave noodles too long in their soup and they get bad? I'm gonna say, like, I know she, but what about the rest of her squad? I'm pretty sure the rest, she's in a good squad. I'm pretty sure they all take care of each other. Proxies. Look, I've been causing a lot of trouble for you. That's right, so we're billing it all on the Cunning Hairs account. No. Oh. As of right now, I'm not Ambi of the Cunning Hairs. But, you walk, talk, and look like Ambi of the Cunning Hairs, so you must be Ambi of the Cunning Hairs. Whoa, how can we possibly keep teasing you when you're making the face like that? Jeez, look at you. You're absolutely exhausted. What you need most right now is some sleep. How about it? Want to sleep on my bed? It's really soft, you know. It's objectively very soft, Ambi. I also think it's also best if you get some rest now. Tomorrow. Worry about tomorrow's problems tomorrow. That's what we've done when we receive an enormous electric bill anyway. Or maybe you're not ready to sleep just yet. If you'd rather watch a movie or to relax, I don't mind keeping you company. And the new arrivals we're watching recently. I didn't think you'd actually be up for it. Of course, she's always up for movies. Still, I'm just glad you had the energy. After all, I won't be able to finish what's coming next if I don't pull myself together. Oh, what is it? Is it a fight? Pretty much. It's a date. A date? Good night.